Hey everyone, Coach Patrick here from Marathon Nation. Welcome back to another weekly video tip. As you can tell, proudly supporting the brand new Marathon Nation technical t-shirts. Folks on the team, everyone who's an annual member, you already got one free in the mail. Everyone else who wants one, stay tuned to the marathonnation.us website. I'm putting up a little store link in the next couple days, and you can go ahead and order yours. Limited supply because we just did a small run, but we'll obviously do more again in the future, especially as we ramp up into the fall season. But definitely pretty hot, pretty liking it. So anyway, today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about intensity during the long run. The long run is one of your 4 pillars of running execution as you train for a marathon, and we consider it to be perhaps the cornerstone, if you will, of your training. You can skip almost everything else and still get away with a decent marathon, but if you skip that long run, well, let me tell you, my friend, you could be in a world of hurt. So when you handle the long run, there's a couple challenges associated with it. And let's first get right down to the business of sort of demystifying the long run's work inside of a marathon. Its goal there is to build your endurance. It's to build both the aerobic endurance, the muscular endurance, but also mental endurance as well. And on some level, durability, right? So your body gets beat up across days of training, weeks of training, months of training leading up to 26.2 miles. That's why so many of us are struck down by overuse injuries, by seemingly small problems that eventually become so large that we can no longer run. And so the long run plays a huge role in that because it's essentially the largest dose of volume in your week. And the closer you get to your race, the greater that increases in terms of duration. And as a result, the more time you spend in one single session putting a pounding on your body. So one of the ways that we work to alleviate that stress on your body inside Marathon Nation is by using intensity. And I talk about this a lot in our blog. You should definitely head over there and do some research. But at the end of the day, what we can do is recreate the stress that your body would feel if you were to run a very easy long run pace run for 18 miles. I can recreate that same stress of you running 9-minute miles for 18 miles by having you run anywhere from 8:30s to 8s for say 15 miles or 16 miles. In other words, I can have you run harder for less time and earn the same stress on your body that you would have had muscularly had you simply stayed at that same easy pace for a longer time frame. The net being, we reduce the time spent on your feet and beating up your body and really sort of impinging upon your body's ability to recover across your entire week. What happens is people typically look at one run and say, it's just 18 miles or just 20 miles this week. When you step back and say, hey, I only run 35 or 40 miles a week, that's 50% or more of your run volume in one single session. That is a lot to ask of your body. And for people who are middle of the pack or back of the pack runners, you are spending significantly more time on your feet than anyone else in the marathon training space. The cost to your body is significantly high. You spend a lot of time running 12-minute miles. I know it's hard to run faster, but if you can find it in you to run faster for interval sets as part of your long run, or at least for a portion of your long run, you will spend less time in any individual run leading up to your marathon, meaning you will be healthier for longer, you will be stronger, and you will be more likely to achieve your marathon goals than if you had simply gone out and logged a 4, 4.5, or 5-hour individual training session. Okay? Again, the cost of that is too huge. It punches a massive hole in your week and will affect your training sessions for the following week, if not 10 or 14 days after that session. And you still got to run, and you will. And you're going to pay for that somewhere down the line. Be sure also to check out our resources online in the blog on splitting your long run if you are truly someone who's running 12-minute miles or slower, as another resource for you to figure out how to best set up your long run to make sure that it's effective without being too costly. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Coach Patrick signing off. Have a great week, folks. I'll see you guys later.